Good morning, good day, good afternoon. This is Action Coach Christian Harbeck, and today I'm welcoming Kevin Abbott from Hey Abbott.
Hey Abbott, indeed.
And I've got this German swing in a little bit. So welcome to this interview. It's lovely to have you here. It's really appreciated that you are attending. It's totally awesome. And I'm going to straight away go into the thick of things. Tell me about your business.
My business is rather unique in that I am a voice artist. And there aren't many of those that people come into contact with usually. But if you watch TV, if you listen to the radio, you'll very often find the voices that you hear are pre-recorded. That's what I do.
Find it very
So
fascinating.
if you have an advert or a commercial, or alternatively, if you're in the corporate space and you have a training video or an explainer video, or even a product video where you go have a walkthrough, that's what I do. I provide the spoken voice behind that.
And it's super fascinating. So what actually made you go into this industry? What was the trigger?
Well, Christian, you see, I have this voice. Ironically, actually, it was it happened completely by accident, and sometimes the best things do. That I was volunteering at a community radio station back when I was 26. So this is taking a while back, about 17 years ago.
Okay.
And to give you an idea, I was ripping CDs onto the hard drive and then categorizing the music. That's how long ago it was. And at one point, one of the people at the radio station says, "Could I record a promo for them?" So I went into the studio and I just took the sheet of paper and I read it. Okay, cool. That was easy. Then I asked me to do another one. Eventually, they asked me to be the afternoon newsreader. So I did that. Then I was asked to co-present the afternoon drive. Eventually, I took over the afternoon drive, and then I was scouted by the Sound of Ackerman's retail radio. And I went to work there for a couple of years. I ran Rotango Radio. If you went to Rotango theme park at the time, I was the guy putting the Rotango playlist and all the DJ's roster together.
Yeah.
And then I started working in sports journalism, where I would not only interview political or newsworthy people or sporting heroes. I would also create adverts for the clientele that would, contact that media organization. So I developed an ability to edit and produce and do all these kind of things that, have basically stood me in very good stead to have my own little home recording studio now, where I can create voiceovers, which is great because in the middle of coronavirus, I don't need to go out in order to do a voice recording.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I mean, obviously now talking about Corona, you've been, I suppose, locked up as everybody else. Now that you've, I suppose, being locked up, what is, and you alluded it earlier on already that you are, talking about corporates. Who would be your ideal client, your ideal target audience you would like to actually reach out on this interview?
Well, part of the reason why I've taken this tack and really kind of formalized the voiceover side of the business is because more and more people are having to go and having to put their businesses online. They don't have the foot traffic that they used to have. They don't have the people are spending more time on YouTube, on Facebook, on the various social platforms. That's where they are. And unfortunately, that's not where a lot of corporates are. So if you're a small business and you're wanting to get that foot traffic, you kind of need to put yourself out onto the world of social media. And the best way to do that is through video. And you don't need a whole camera crew. You can have a 2D animation or a little whiteboard explainer where you've got the hand drawing the little image as you're talking. Yeah. These things have become more prevalent for car dealerships where they have a vehicle walkthrough, and you have someone explaining what's going on instead of having a very echoey salesman
Mm.
talking as he's going through with the camera. You know, these are all things that now have to happen.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, not talking about COVID-19, it has arrived. So, what has this done to you and your business, or
Well, it
impacted
meant
you? Yeah,
it meant I had to get my website up in a very, very big hurry because I've essentially just been doing what I'm due for the last 17 years.
yeah,
And I do it very well. I just haven't formalized the business aspect of it, as it were. So I've I've had a company design the Hey Abbott logo.
mm,
I've also developed my website. I've put my show reels up onto the website. I've put the testimonials out there. And now I've actually got somewhere that I can direct people to.
mm.
Instead of saying, would you like me to send you something? I can just say, hey, go to my website and you can see everything there.
Great.
So it has, if anything, it's lit a fire under me.
That's very good. And that was actually one of my next question. You know, what are the one or two things that is working in your business at the moment? And I find it really good. So you basically had a bit of fire lit under you, and you're taking a restart, reset approach because you didn't have a website before. Is is there anything else that is working for you that you would like to share?
It's, I suppose that not only with a website, but I've really had to reach into my networks quite significantly in not only creating social media opportunities like Facebook and LinkedIn, which is amazing, by the way. I thought it was basically a place to put your online CV.
Yeah,
I've since discovered it's a lot more than that.
yeah,
Um, but not only your LinkedIn and Facebook contacts, but your personal business network, your PBN, and then also organizations like BNI, Business Network International, where you can leverage the not only the experience of others, but also you can rely on them as acting as a sales force for you, looking out for the right kind of clientele. And so I suppose the biggest thing has really been trying to leverage those networks.
brilliant. Yeah, I suppose your network is your net worth. And I mean, I'm also a BNI member, and I have to say it is, excuse me, a very powerful tool. First of all, you in a good habit on a weekly basis, speaking to other business owners, and it's
Well,
just, you know,
it's not net sit or net eat, it's network.
it's network. It's
Yeah.
properly, physically doing it, because this is I believe top three business strategies, and you need to have a good network. And speaking of my personal experience now, is, you know, before I was not actually communicating that well with my audience out there and with my network, and COVID has put that fire underneath. So there is some good thing that has come out of it.
And that's one of the things that people have realized in terms of having a voice artist is exactly that communication.
Yeah.
You need to you need to have an effective means of communication. Now, I mean, you can go and read, you know, your script
Mm.
in a recording studio and all well and good. But a voice artist can nuance your script, can create just the right delivery. It takes it from being a good video to being
Mm.
a memorable video.
There we go.
And people don't often understand the, you know, why should I pay for a voice artist? Well,
Yeah.
because voice artists can do things that normal people can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely makes a lot of sense. So I've got an interesting question here. So it has been said, smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what mistakes have you done along the way in your business and in your journey? And how can other entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
Don't rely on pure talent.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I have a couple of media production house owners who have their own recording studios and for whom I do a lot of work.
Yeah.
And they cannot understand how I am not one of the wealthiest voice artists in South Africa. They're just like, how is this not possible? And you can have all of the talent in the world, but if you're not putting the systems in place and sticking to them, you're not going to succeed, because talent isn't enough to take you to that next level. I suppose now that, coronavirus has taken us smacked us for a six, I've had to formalize my business. I could no longer just rely on my history of jobs that have been done and the people that I knew. I actually had to get my website, put my show reels up, create the videos, get it out on social media, and start networking with people in the audio and the commercial field.
Yeah. I would say that you built your business online now. You don't have four walls, bricks and mortar business. You have an online business, and that's something that I think a lot of business owners out there, corporates, can really make great use of.
I actually hadn't thought of myself as an online business, just because of the fact that what I do
Yeah.
very much in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
So to say it's an online business is a bit of a wrap your head around. Yes.
Yeah, I suppose.
But essentially it is. It's either conducted in a studio or it's conducted. But I am essentially the business,
Yeah.
rather than a building.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. So I'm asking this everyone. So if you can, for exactly 12 months, turn back the clock, what would you have done differently?
I would have started my website 12 months ago. you
I'm
know,
so surprised how many people say that.
it's if you do if in this, and this is the ironic thing, is that I'm busy. I'm preaching get online with videos and everything, and I'm the one that wasn't online with my own presence. And if you do not have a website and you are a service provider, you're dead in the water. You have nothing.
Yeah.
You might have a Facebook page. You know what? People are not going to go onto Facebook and I have to look for that page. They just want to type in an address and go.
Yeah. Makes a lot
And
of sense.
if you do not have that that online presence, then I really should have done it a while ago. I might have,
Yeah.
But by the same token, I think the timing has also been good now, because COVID-19 and the lockdown has forced everybody to go online.
Yeah.
So it's creating the opportunity for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So my second last question to you is, I'm going to be posting all your details below in the captions. Is there anything that you are offering for the potential prospects out there? Any specials, anything, motivating people to come and reach out to you straight away?
Well, the great thing though, Christian, is that because I am, can I call myself a sole prop? Because it's just me. I am very much able to assist people to work within their budget. A lot of people don't go to a voice artist or don't create an advert because they're afraid of the cost.
Okay.
So, whether if you come to me and you say, let's go, have a virtual coffee, chat about what your project is, what it entails, how long it's going to take. Is it a 30-second read? Is it a 5-minute, 5-minute documentary? What's the deal?
Yeah.
And we can work out something which makes it a little bit more feasible.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, so please encourage everyone who watches this, please reach out to Kevin and make sure you get some wise insight into voiceovers and how it works and the costs around it. And that brings me to my last question. What is the most inspiring thing for you today? It doesn't need to be today, but in general.
In terms of what has inspired me?
Anything that is inspiring for you. It can be humanity, nature, whatever it is that inspires you.
Christian, I think I'm actually going to go with I think I'm going to go with a quote
Hmm.
that I find incredible, and it was Malala Yousafzai who said it. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. And for me, as a voice artist, there's obviously the connection there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful, and that's kind of what I want to do with the business. I came up with my catchphrase on the spur of the moment during a sales presentation, and I ended off with giving voice to your vision.
Yeah.
And for me, it's because there is that power in the spoken word, and that's essentially what I built my business on.
Absolutely brilliant. I love that quote. I like your vision, giving voice to your vision. I think it's super. I just wanted to thank you again for coming on this interview with me. It's really appreciated. And yeah, please, everybody out there, reach out to Kevin and yeah, let's connect.
Thank you very much, Christian.
Thank you.